The story is sending shockwaves through Washington. Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief at The Atlantic magazine, revealing that National Security Advisor Mike Waltz inadvertently included him in a private group chat discussing military plans on the commercially available encrypted app Signal. The chat included more than a dozen national security officials, including Waltz, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Vice President J.D. Vance, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The topic: plans to launch attacks on Houthi rebels in Yemen.
Why would they do it on Signal? Why would they do this on a messaging app? And why would they invite the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic to watch?
After the U.S. missiles hit their targets in Yemen, the text thread included congratulations and emojis. The White House has confirmed the authenticity of the messages. Since the article was published Monday, Trump administration has been in damage control mode. At a Senate hearing, Gabbard and Ratcliffe argued that Signal is an approved app for some non-classified uses.
My communications, to be clear, in a Signal message group were entirely permissible and lawful and did not include classified information.
Hegseth denied wrongdoing and attacked Goldberg.
Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
No, that's a lie. He was texting war plans. He was texting attack plans. I continue not to publish it because it felt like it was too confidential, too technical, and I worry, honestly, that sharing that kind of information in public could endanger American military personnel.
Democrats are pouncing.
It's bad enough that a private citizen was added to this chain, but it's far worse that sensitive military information was exchanged on an unauthorized application.
Did you contact the Defense Secretary or others after this specific military planning was put out and say, hey, we should be doing this in a skiff?
There was no classified material that was shared in that.
So then
Signal
if there was no
chat.
classified material, share it with the committee. You can't have it both ways. These are important jobs. This is our national security.
The chat also included divergent views about attacking the Houthi rebels, with Vance pushing for restraint and others backing the attacks.
Democrats and other critics of the Trump administration are calling for National Security Advisor Mike Waltz to be fired, saying his actions were reckless. Some Republicans are wondering why Waltz had Jeffrey Goldberg's cell phone number in the first place. But President Trump says Waltz, quote, learned a lesson, and the White House still supports him, at least for now.
It wasn't classified information, so this was not classified. Now, if it's classified information, it's probably a little bit different. But I always say you have to learn from every experience. I think it was very unfair the way they attacked Michael. He's a good person.
Jim Spellman, CGTN, Washington.